nestled beneath the snow-covered majesty of Mount Moiwa, a bustling cosmopolitan city of nearly 2 million, with the largest nightlife district north of Tokyo, steeped in Japanese history and culture, and each year home to an international festival which draws people from around the globe. I'm Air Force Sergeant Ed Cook, and this is Sapporo, Japan. Sapporo is famous for a number of sites, including its brewery and historic clock tower. The site of the 1972 Winter Olympics, Sapporo also hosts another international event. Each year, the population of this northern city doubles for the annual Sapporo Snow Festival. Although this is the 49th anniversary of the Snow Festival, it really took off when the world came to Sapporo for the 1972 Winter Olympics. Over the next half hour, we'll bring you a personal look, a postcard if you will, from the Snow Festival and the city that hosts it. The city of Sapporo was founded in 1868 and is located on Japan's northernmost island of Hokkaido. It's the 5th largest city in the country with a population of nearly 1.8 million people, accounting for 31% of Hokkaido's population. Sapporo is nestled between majestic mountains and gently rolling flatlands, and stretches 28 miles across at its widest point. When you visit the city for the first time, a striking blend of Western and European influence dazzles your eyes. That's because throughout history, foreign advisors contributed heavily to the early stages of Sapporo's growth. Sapporo is the center of Hokkaido's transportation network and is also a political, economic, and cultural focal point for much of northern Japan's international community. People who call Sapporo home are proud of their city and enjoy opportunities to share its beauty and splendor. Its rich history and many attractions make it a popular destination for travelers from all over the world. One of the biggest attractions this time of year is the Sapporo Snow Festival. With so much to see and do, it's easy to see why the city of Sapporo is the heart of Hokkaido. Despite that other international event going on down in Nagano, 20 teams from countries around the globe came here to Sapporo to compete in the Snow Festival. The more than 80 sculptors wearing the colors of their countries bring an international flavor to the city, for which it has become famous at this time of year. The sculptures represent the culmination of a year of planning and nearly 40 hours of delicate work. But beyond the mere physical act of chiseling ice and carving snow, the artwork also represents an international spirit of friendship. Countries from as far south as Argentina to as far north as Finland come to Sapporo each year for fun, friendship, and a festive atmosphere that has lasted nearly 50 years. The sculptures, sliced out of 10-foot square blocks of snow, are as varied as the people who carve them. Some represent the countries of the sculptors, others convey a message or theme, such as the environmental sculpture carved by a team from one of Sapporo's sister cities, Portland, Oregon.
In the contest, there's no theme, so each team can choose whatever it wants to do, and many choose something that's kind of representative of their home country or city, and decided to do something about the life cycles of the Northwest, the interactions between our salmon and forests. So we've got a large chainsaw and a large old tree stump, and then we've got a young fish in the back, and then a hook-jawed spawner, and then a skeleton of a dead fish.
It's not at all unusual as you're walking through Odori Park to hear several languages being spoken. In fact, as we were walking through the park, we heard a distinct sound of Cantonese and were surprised to see who was speaking. Miss Hong Kong came to Sapporo with her home team. She says she was happy to be a part of this international festival.
I'm very proud to be here, take pictures with those Japanese, and it's a good experience for me, and I will remember it for the rest of my life.
Whether it was her support of the team or their obvious skill as snow sculptors, Hong Kong took home the trophy as the grand prize winner in this year's competition. But of course, there were no losers here. The winning spirit of friendship took the day. For the past several years, a team of Americans from Yokota Air Base has represented the USA in the international competition. This year was no different, but what was different for Team USA was the idea of making a sculpture of not just an object, but a theme.
This cold block of snow, we're just trying to convey a little bit of warmth, you know, a bit of Americana, and convey a little bit of warmth to the Japanese people here, and it seems to have worked. And as we started to complete the detail, spontaneously they were telling us, boy, it just looks warmer.
If measured through the eyes of a child, their efforts were successful because the artistic message came through loud and clear.
It reminds me of home.
What is it about it that kind of reminds you of home?
Well, at my old house in Oregon, we have a fireplace, and I like to lay by it and watch TV and watch the fire and stuff.
Now, simply producing a sculpture like this is a difficult task to say the least, but there are also some rules that make it more of a challenge. For instance, no more than 4 people at once may work on a sculpture, plus there's a 38-hour time limit to finish the job, and Team USA used each and every one of those hours down to the last minute.
Pressure keeps you going. Actually, we're way ahead of most years out here. This is really little extra detail stuff that we're not used to having time to do. Where's your book gonna go? Long? Huh? Where's your book gonna go? 3 books.
Although Team USA didn't bring home the gold, they did bring home the satisfaction of doing a great job representing their country. Their participation was another small step on the long road to international peace, cooperation, and friendship. And it touched the heart of a child along the way. When we come back, the Cape Crusader plus some thrills, chills, and spills. Stay tuned. What's your excuse? Inconvenience? Laziness? Just don't know how? It's easy to recycle on Misawa. Every house on base has 2 bins for recycling. One is a yellow bin and is for paper products only. The other is blue and is for aluminum cans and bottles. All you have to do is separate your recyclable trash into these bins, and you will be doing your part to help save the earth. So recycle. There's no excuse not to. Welcome back. The U.S. Navy also sends a team to Sapporo each year. Although the team from AFN Misawa doesn't take part in the international competition, they take their participation in the festival seriously. Rising out of the snow, a silhouetted figure takes on the dark side of man. This time, though, he doesn't patrol the streets of Gotham, but those of Odori Park. The Navy sculpture of Batman crushing a monster was yet another American contribution to the festival. The team's leader says nothing could have kept them away from the festival.
We enjoy coming to visit here in Sapporo when we join with the Japanese military. They treat us so well, and then when they come down to visit us in Misawa, we wish we could do so much for them, but you know, we don't have enough time. They usually come for 1 day a year, but we get to really enjoy our time the way they treat us so well, and we get to meet a lot of people and made lifelong friends.
The Navy sculpture was only one of hundreds of ice carvings at the festival, but their effort was part of a long history of interaction with their Japanese hosts. According to team members, the Sapporo Snow Festival is another way for them to get involved with the local culture and to help make a significant contribution.
We've been going for 19 years now. When we got up there, I just saw that everybody was there to have a good time. It was just something that was fun. Everybody had fun, and that's all that really mattered.
The Navy's contribution to the festival drew the interest of the international crowd in attendance and was a particular favorite of one Misawan we found visiting the park.
It's stunning. I mean, it's incredible. The big snow sculptures, the little ones. I think the AFN Misawa Batman was wonderful.
As with all the teams participating in the festival, the Navy went home with a greater appreciation for Japan and a feeling they played a key role in the overall success of the festival. In addition to the main site of the festival here in Odori Park, there are two more sites, Mako Manai and Susukino, each with their own distinct flavor. Using square blocks of ice, a talented group of sculptors added a clear shine to the neon-lit streets of Sapporo's Susukino district. The varied sculptures depicted dragons, Buddhist temples, the Olympic Games, and much more. Although the carvings are dwarfed in size by the snow sculptures of Sapporo, they tend to be favored by those visiting the festival.
It was gorgeous. A little different experience with the light coming off the ice was very breathtaking. It was just really pretty.
In addition to Susukino, there is another snow festival site to visit. Although Odori Park is the historical site for the festival, here at Mako Manai, they have the space to do sculptures on a much larger scale. All of the sculptures at this location are 2 stories or larger, and most have a function that draws thousands of children. They feature ice slides. The festival grounds also have space for a wide variety of food and souvenir concessions, as well as an antique miniature steam locomotive that offered rides to children. Plus, one of the sculptures towers more than 4 stories high and hosts a freestyle ski demonstration.
3, 2, 1, fire!
We really like flying in the air, and you know, any, I guess, thrill seeker will tell you it's a huge adrenaline rush or an endorphin rush or whatever you want to call it, you know, and that's why I did.
On your next visit to the Sapporo Snow Festival, you won't want to miss Susukino and Mako Manai parks. Each adds its own distinct elements to the overall flavor of the Sapporo Snow Festival. When we come back, we'll look at some of the other things to see and do while in Sapporo. Still can't find what you're looking for on TV? Well, search no more. The Sunday edition of the Pacific Stars and Stripes has a new and improved TV guide section. Every Sunday you'll get all the upcoming programs for all your favorite channels in a format similar to stateside TV guides. So put down the remote and pick up your copy of the TV guide every Sunday in the Pacific Stars and Stripes.